Hello and welcome to my Facebook Live today. Good evening. How has been your day? How was your weekend yesterday, Saturday, Friday? I hope you had a good one. I did. I had some time to rest, to reflect. I've had such an amazing time. I've been reading, listening to a particular book that has inspired me in more ways than one. I cannot even begin to talk about it right now. Dear Natura, I hope you are reading. That's the best way to adjust yourself and adjust your mind. Okay. Today it looks like a deviation. It looks like we're doing something different from what we have been doing, but we're not. Last week I talked about the fact that your femininity is what is in you. What I'm talking about, everything I'm saying is who you are, is what you are. But you have only not manifested, probably because, the main reason why you are not manifesting is not because you don't know alone, is because you have been bruised or wounded. So today, before we continue on what femininity is, feminine traits, those are what define your femininity. Before we continue on the conversation, I'm taking a pause, or we are taking a pause to say, nurturer, heal. Heal from those bruises, heal from the hurt, heal from the pain. And you may be wondering why this sounds like it's important. It's because in one of my posts I wrote, I said, broken people raise broken people. So if you heal, the moment you heal, you begin to raise your children differently. You are a calmer person. Somebody said, I'm already shouting. Why are you irritated? Yeah, that's where I want to start from today. Tonight. Why are you irritated? Why are you so angry? Why are you offended? Why are you upset? Most times, if you sit down and think about it, if you are calm enough, when you are calm, you get to see that that child didn't really warrant that shout, didn't really warrant that beating, didn't really warrant that harshness. So why were you like that? Why were you harsh? Why were you uncalm? Why were you rude? My daughter said, Mommy, you are being rude. Sometimes she's not wrong. So why were you? There's a lot that went on inside of you. There's a lot that you went through that you have not healed from, that you probably are not aware of. So that's why I'm pointing you to this today. That's why I'm pointing you back to you. Go inward. Go inward. Go inward and heal. So what do I mean? What do I mean by healing? So everything that you express comes from a place. Everything that you manifest comes from a place. If it comes from a place of pain, thank you, Ma. Good evening, Ma. If it comes from a place of pain, it means you have not healed. It means you are hurting. So sometimes we sit down and we're saying, oh, when I think about how my parents raised me, or when I think about the things somebody said to me in my childhood, when I think about the way somebody treated me, oh my God. So how do you know you have not healed? When it still stings. So practical example, right? When you have a hurt or you have something going on with you, like maybe a wound, like somebody wounded you or something, or you have a boil. Let me use boil because that one used to pain very well. So you have a boil and somebody managed to overpower you, because ordinarily you wouldn't let someone touch a boil because of how it hurts, right? So someone tries to overpower you and then breaks it. it will take a while, right? That if someone touches that place, it will take a while. If someone touches that place, that you won't feel pain. Or let's say you tore yourself, like you had a deep cut, and and then you're healing. If someone touches you and you still feel the sting in such a way that you're, no, that means you have not healed. But if someone touches that place, you feel no pain, but anytime you look at it, you probably have a memory of it, but it doesn't sting. That means you have healed. In the words of Daniel Ubong, if you talk about something that happened that was hurtful and you feel no sad emotions, you have healed. So if you have not healed, you need to heal. You need to heal. I'm thinking about the little ones that we are raising. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm thinking about the little ones that we're raising and how much aggression we are transferring to them, how much anger we're transferring to them, and the fact that they are replicating a cycle. So there's this thing my friend shared with me. It's a clip from a movie that Jennifer Lopez acted, and she was in therapy, and they sent her inward to look at her inner child, and she saw her inner child she was so hurt. She was so hurt and full of pain and anger. She didn't even want to talk to the adult Jennifer Lopez, you know. So of course, that was not her name. She was just a character in the movie. So imagine that kind of pain is seated in the inside of you. That kind of anger is seated in the inside of you. So what happens is when you look at your little one, sometimes when they do stuff, it triggers you. The reason it triggers you is because there's something related to that was done to you or something like that was done to you, and there was it was done to you in a negative way. I want to give an example. So maybe the child is crying, it triggers you because there was a time you may be unconsciously doing that, but it is seated in your subconscious. So it probably happened that as a little child, you needed attention, you wanted love, you were crying, and nobody responded. So when you see your child crying today, when you see your child shouting, you are angry. You don't even know. Sometimes you don't even know why you are angry. Sometimes you don't understand what's offending you. You're so upset. You want that child far from you. Sometimes it's not even just your child that upsets you or traumatizes you or triggers you. Well, somebody said nobody triggers you. You just have not healed. So yes, you need to heal. You need to heal. Heal from the pain. Heal from the hurt. So how do you heal? First of all, you need to accept that you have a problem. Hi, Joyce. Isudu. Good evening. You need to accept that you have a problem, that you are in pain, that something has upset you, something really hurt you deeply. Did someone accuse you of something and you cannot get over it, like, because it was probably most of the times. Okay, so let's backtrack. At the early stages of a child's life, the way you build affirmation in them, the reason why an adult today is able to affirm themselves is because you affirmed them as children. So the external affirmation is what builds self-confidence, is what raises self-esteem. So if somebody was not affirming you, or they were doing things, say, like I was talking about accusation, someone accused you, especially someone close to you, or someone said something bad about you, someone criticized you, judged you. I ran a series some months ago about negative ways to raise a child, you know, to that these things, that kinds of things that affect the development of the child. So someone criticized you, judged you, or pointed out something in you that looks like a defamation of your person, your subconscious absorbs it. It absorbs it until maybe you realize it as a hurt and then you try to work on it, or someone triggers you so you recognize it in a negative way. So you see that you are replicating a cycle. Every time something like that happens, in something related to that happens, it triggers you. It pushes you to remember. So you may not even know that it is related, but it pushes you to give a reaction. The same reaction, the same hurt plays itself back in you again. The same pain plays itself back in you, and you're wondering, why am I feeling this way? You were hurt, you were bruised in your childhood, or someone touched you at your core when you were younger, or sometime along the line in your life, So heal. So how do you heal? The first way to heal is let go. Okay, I already said the first thing to do actually is to recognize that there's a problem. So you want to take time inward to look at yourself, look at your life, reassess, do a self-audit. One of the things that have helped me is exposure to knowledge. So first of all, when I began my mentorship on early motherhood, when they were teaching me about early parenting, I got to see my life. I saw the things that I went through in my childhood that may have affected me. For instance, let me give a personal example. I came into Abuja, I started a job, and then I got to realize that the person I was working with, each time she shouted, I zoned out. So I wouldn't hear any instructions she's giving. It was later on I got to see that I always zoned out when I was younger. If my father or my mother were shouting, trying to get me to pay attention to something, I'll zone out, I'll say, just beat me, let's just move on with this thing, let's move on. So imagine that this is what now started playing out in my adult years. And so you are wondering, why can't I stay in an environment? Well, some environments are toxic, don't stay there. It's not about whether you have not healed or not. Toxic environments are toxic environments, stay away from there. So, but I did work on myself. I left that environment, but I started doing work on myself. I got to see that this is something that has been registered in my subconscious that I needed to dig out and heal from. So I took time inward, read books that taught me. One book I'd recommend, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Read that book. Oh my God. It helped me dig out things within myself. And then I began to be realistic about the situation. First of all, it has happened. For instance, your parents will never go, well, let me not say never. My parents wouldn't go out to hurt me. My parents wouldn't deliberately do something because they want to offend, they want to upset me or put an indelible negative mark on me. So that's what I thought about. So let it go. It happened in their ignorance. So forgive them. Why forgive them? They didn't know. Okay, so let it go. Forgive them. Then forgive yourself for feeling so bad, because most of the times the reasons why you hold on to pain is you feel you should have done better. So in other situations, right? So maybe somebody did something to you, say something as drastic as a rape, and you feel responsible for that, or an abuse such as that, or as deeply, well, which abuse is not deep, so something like that, and you feel maybe it was something I did, maybe I deserved it. No, forgive yourself. Why? If your body can forgive you, in the words of Joseph Murphy, if your body can forgive you when you cut yourself, your body immediately begins to heal itself. That's the body forgiving you, right? So you were talking, let's say I'm talking so fast and then I bite my tongue. But does my tongue stop working? No, it doesn't. It forgives me. So why wouldn't you forgive? Let go. Forgive. Let go. Let go. Forgive yourself. Forgive the person that has offended you. It is in the past. I was in one of the things Joseph Murphy said in his book is the body repairs itself every 11 months. So it's almost like it's not almost like that. The entire, based on science, your entire cell system dies and new ones are formed. So it's like a brand new you is formed after every 11 months. So what are you holding on to? What are you holding on to? It has happened. It has passed. So focus on today. What's going on now? Live in today. The many reasons why we are in so much hurt is because we live either in the past or in the future. So why calm down and live today now? I'm looking at my notes. So live today now. Forgive yourself, right? So the tests, I already talked about that. The acid test to prove that you have healed yourself or you are healed is when it no longer stings. So take time, like pick out, let your mind or your whatever experiences you have had, they are very distinct, right? Your subconscious mind understands every detail of what you have gone through. It is distinct, right? But you may not be able to single them out one after the other to say, okay, this one is this exactly. So you need to take time to untangle your experiences, untangle your feelings, and untangle your pain. So pick one at a time. Which one? So when you sit within yourself, which one comes to the fore? Right? Which one comes to the fore? Pick it. Like, check in detail exactly what went on with you. Right? How do you feel? Why do you feel that way? Then let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Pick the next one. It will take a while. It's not as simple as I'm saying this. And if you want further conversations, this is where I'm going to be wrapping up. If you want further conversations on this with me, we can talk in-depthly. Book a one-on-one with me. And let's talk about how you can heal Nurturer. You need to heal. I told you, as I started, I said, because you want to not allow your child repeat a cycle, then you don't want to raise broken children, because you will definitely raise broken children. You are shouting all over the place when that child does not deserve to be shouted at. Like, okay, so I had this experience. I was in a cab and this woman was carrying a little girl. I think she should be between ages 8 and 10. And the girl was not seated properly. The way this woman shouted, I'm like, remember, I'm like, is it because this girl didn't sit properly that this man shouting like this, or there's something else that I probably don't know about? I couldn't get it. It was unwarranted. But knowing what I know, I just relaxed. I said something else is bothering this woman. There's something inward that is biting her. So you see, you just become negative towards people for no reason. You know, there's this joke people make. They say, before you talk to anybody in Nigeria, you have to say sorry. First of all, apologize, because you don't know what is going on with that person. Then you now still add, excuse me, please. People are dealing with a lot, but I'm telling you, Nurturer, you don't have to deal with a lot. Just overcome it. You can. Many people have. So you can heal. Heal and raise better children. Heal and become all the feminine woman that you are. You are everything. You are everything that I am even yet to talk about. You are everything I have spoken about. That is who God made you to be. The feminine woman I'm talking about, that is who you are. You will see how your beauty begins to show forth. Your glow begins to come forth, because you are now sitting in your pure and healed self. That's the beginning point of expressing your femininity. Heal. I talked about, okay, so next week we're going to talk about the feminine trait sensitivity. I hope I can explore as deeply as I can in 20 to 30 minutes. But if I can't, of course, you know where to find me. I'm a message away. Okay, so and one of the reasons why a woman's sensitivity does not fully play out is because she is bruised. So is every other feminine trait. So you want to walk in your femininity, you want to manifest your femininity, you want to raise your children in the purity of the state that God made you. You want to heal. So heal, mother. Heal. Heal. I hope that this session of tonight touches something in you and triggers you to go inward, to listen to the child that you were, the teenager that you were, or the young adult that you were that was hurt, and is playing out a response to a pain from the past. I hope that you find a reason to readjust and realign into the originality of the pure person that God made you to be. Have yourself a pleasant night rest. Bye.